Welcome back to For the Mamas Collective Podcast, a space where we believe in the power of connection and shared experiences.
Hi, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Jaleesa. We're so glad you're here with us in 2026.
Yes, so per usual, this podcast it exists because motherhood can feel so isolating,
Mhm.
overwhelming,
Mhm.
and beautiful all at the same time.
Mhm.
And we believe in conversations like these just to remind us that we're not alone.
Yes. And this episode is another special one, but it's because it's our first episode of the new year.
Yes. Woo. And
Mhm.
instead of talking about like resolutions or starting over,
Mhm.
we wanted to kind of slow things down and talk about something that feels a bit more honest.
Yeah, yeah. So today we're going to talk about what it means not to start over, but to start from where you are. Yes, I need the permission to just start where you are.
Yes. And so, before we do, let's jump into our
Mhm.
rose and thorn, because life is always a mix of both. So,
Yeah, go ahead, Danielle. You start. You let us know what your
okay,
rose and
okay.
thorn is.
Let's start with this thorn, just because it's really kind of bothering me.
Yeah.
Um, I went to bed one night. I woke up in a cold sweat, and I don't know what all that has to do with the rash I broke out with later that day. But it itches, and it's like
Mm,
covering my chest and like going up my neck and around my back, and I have no idea what this is.
mm,
So I think they're related because that's all
mm,
I got.
mhm.
But yeah, so that's my thorn. That's been my thorn this week because that was like Tuesday,
Wow.
and here we are, and it's still just lingering. Um,
Mm,
but my rose, I am very proud of myself
mm,
because I did something for myself.
mm.
Go figure, right? In the
Uh-huh.
new year. But I was at a girlfriend's house and she has like this little, I don't know, private balcony type thing. And it was just set up so cute. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love that you have this space for you. Like,
Mm.
I wish I could carve out a space in my home that was like just for me, that was closed, right? Because like my
Mhm.
office that isn't yet finished is in the loft. And so
Mm.
even that is just kind of like, free for
Yeah.
all. I think the ironing board lives in a constant state of standing in there.
Mhm.
Um, I say all that to say, so I took to Facebook in a very resourceful way
Mhm.
and collected a ton of like patio furniture, if you will. And
Mm.
I did the balcony. We have, oh, see behind me? We have a
Oh.
balcony that goes off the master that just sits unused. I mean, there's,
Wow. I
yeah,
didn't even know
nothing
that.
out there. I, what's funny is Makila said the same thing. She was like, "Where do you have a balcony at?" And I was
Right.
like, "Off the master." Like, I don't, we only have one wall in the master because there's doors on everything else. Like,
Mm.
that's it. But yeah, it just sits unused. And so I got like a three-piece like wicker sectional and I got two
Oh.
chairs and two tables and a rug. And the best part was it was all free. And so like
Wow.
I've done this and I'm just loving it already. Like it's been super cold this week, go
Mhm.
figure, with a mix of rain. But we have like some string lights in the attic that we've never used. And so I'm gonna go ahead and like put those up and I want to get some plants out there. And so just that has, I don't know, just
Mm.
made me so happy this week that it's
Mhm.
my rose. Like, and
I
it feels
love
good to not have
that.
like a rose around the children. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was for me. And it was top of the year. I was like, this is
Mm.
good.
Mm.
Um, oh yeah, so I've been enjoying that. And the kids have been out there, the kids and the dog. The dog want to lay in the middle. I'm like, how did y'all find
You're
me?
right.
Like if we ain't never been out here, but you knew to come out here to
You're
find
right.
me now. I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna get more use out of it by
Yeah.
myself. That much I do know. But how about you?
I don't know. I love that. I want a space to myself too. Uh-huh. Well, we don't have a balcony to discover. Just close my eyes. Maybe that is my thorn too. I just don't have a
Mm,
space like to clear my mind. And that is,
yeah.
now that you shared that, that does remind me that because I keep telling Rob like I can't take it. Everything in the house got something in it, on it, around it. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'll just
Yeah.
go outside and stare at a tree. But yeah, there's not a lot of space, and I gotta figure out what that is. Although he got me this really cute like jewelry makeup thing, but it's like with the mirror in it reminds me of what's around me. So
Mm,
just don't have that little escape that you need. So I have to think about that in the summertime. Might have to just go outside and pitch one of them pop up tents. And just,
Listen, Trey and I have talked about doing that, about just like getting like not a tiny home, but just like a tiny shed and
mm-hmm.
just like making it like one, like if we wanted to go in there together, we could, but really
Mm-hmm.
just like if somebody needs an escape, like go, like get out the house. So
Yes.
now you don't have to
Yeah.
hear all of this chaos,
Yeah.
but you also don't have to like leave the premises.
Right. Right.
So again, that comes from uh I don't know. I don't want to say a place of privilege, but I don't know where this money is coming from to buy this shed that we're going to decorate, or
Right.
if we have space in the yard. I don't know. But yes, just like having like a little tiny
Mm-hmm.
home. I don't care if there's just like a comfortable chair and a TV in there, or if you just take your laptop and there's a generator and you can
Yeah.
like whatever. But like
Right.
having a space to go, because even if you have a home office, like sitting in that doesn't do it.
Does not
It doesn't.
do
It's
it.
like I work in here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right. I think
I
that's the
don't. I can't
downfall
relax
of
in here.
that remote work is like, well, now it's either home or work that's getting to me. The energy is still in the house, one way
Mm-hmm.
or the other.
Yep. Yep. I go from one to the next. Like
Yeah.
it's no reprieve.
Yep. Yep. So
Mm.
I gotta figure it out. I gotta find a place. Cause all that momentum that we're trying to generate in 2026. Well, it's still wintertime, so I'm not gonna push myself. But come spring, I want to have some things, some ducks in order, so that I can get to my momentum faster.
Yes.
But I guess that's maybe the high or the rose. Saying high like I'm in therapy. My rose is, I mean, just still kind of easing into the new year. Um, in a in a in a emotionally better space. I'll say that.
Okay.
I'll say that. A lot of anxiety was left in 2025 that I can appreciate. Don't come back. Uh, so
Mm-hmm.
it's my job to make sure it doesn't come back. But I still feel it, that like, oh, it didn't follow me, and I'm glad for that. So right now, I'll say that's my rose. That what I felt was real, and it's still here. And then I'll figure out how to maintain it.
Yeah. Yeah. One day at a time.
Yes, that's
Hey,
all we got.
it's yeah. That's all
That's
we
all
can
we
do.
got.
And I just like think about the stress that like
mm-hmm.
wants to like settle in. It's just like no, 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 not today.
Yeah, it's like, you know
Oh.
what? What am I doing today? So maybe
Mm.
these our rose and thorn are always good segments into segues
Oh
into
yeah.
our conversation. And so let's maybe start with like why we feel pressure to start over, as we're talking about the new year and stressors, and like even that, right? Like, I shouldn't be stressed, it's the new year. I'm because the stressors are still there. So there's something about it that makes us feel like we're supposed to wipe that slate clean, but really,
Mm-hmm.
no. Even if you take that analogy, the slate is not as clean as it is when you first get it. It's got markings on it. It has all this stuff on it. So,
Yep.
how do we let go of that, right? Those new habits, new routines, new versions of ourselves that we're supposed to get to. What
Right.
is the extended version of who I was? Let's work on her.
Exactly. Exactly. I think that's more realistic.
Yeah.
Because like and maybe before, you know, this level of adulthood that we're in now,
Mhm.
that was nice, and like, oh, New Year's resolutions and I'm gonna do this, and like, oh, new calendar, new year, new me, like whatever all that was.
Mhm.
Um, we have to also kind of remember everything that came with, right? When we were younger,
Yeah.
yeah, the pounds fell off a little easier. Baby,
Yeah.
they not, it doesn't, saying
No.
that you're gonna get in the gym or saying you're gonna change that diet is not enough. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I say that because so many things can sound comforting,
Yeah.
but it's not realistic.
No.
And so maybe just reframe.
Mhm.
Like, oh, I did
Mhm.
that right
Yeah.
back to where
See
we
ya.
were. But yeah, like,
Uh-huh.
just like reframe our thinking.
Yeah.
And like you said, start from where we are so that
Yeah.
we can actually like build on that. Like we had the momentum,
Mhm.
and I
Mhm.
think that will feel right. That will
Yeah.
feel better than kind of leading with a
Yeah.
disappointment that, you know, I don't know. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So I'm trying to like tailor what I say because I
Right.
really have something I want to say.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You, what you think?
I wanna go there with you. Let's
Okay.
take it there. Let's
Okay.
take it there. I
Yeah.
mean, we got to do what feels right.
Mhm.
And so, some starting over, it minimizes how far we've come already. So
Mhm.
let's just change all of that.
Right.
Let's just get rid of that and carry with us who we were into who we want to be and where we're going.
Right. Because it's not the date on the calendar doesn't
Mhm.
doesn't change anything about our lives, right?
At all.
Like that's literally all it is. And
Mhm.
maybe that realization is like a hard pill to swallow,
Mm.
but like it didn't change, the pile of mail on the counter that you need to get through.
Mhm.
It didn't somehow make the children quieter in the house,
Mhm.
you know.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
it certainly didn't unload the dishwasher or reload it or
Right.
clean up after that pets. Like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's just so much that it didn't do. But and 2025 was hard. I think the whole
Yeah.
world has agreed on that. Like we
Yeah.
didn't agree on much as a people in
Right.
2025, but we can all agree that like it was probably not our best year yet.
Mhm.
Um, but in the same sense, and I know you probably feel this way, but I know I feel like I grew so much. Like
Mhm.
I grew so much from the person I was in 2024. And
Yeah.
so to try to just like sweep 2025 under the rug and set these resolutions and power into 2026, like you said, erasing who I am, like no, I came a long way,
Mhm.
and I can continue to build on that to be the
Yes.
Danielle that I want to be the
Yeah.
mother my children need, the wife my
Yeah.
husband needs, the coworker my peers need, like things like that.
Yeah.
And without, I don't know, the pressure.
Mhm.
Maybe that.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. It's a lot of feelings.
Yes. Yeah. Right. I mean, it's and like trying to give ourselves that permission feels new or
Mm-hmm.
different. It's like there's conviction here about it, and we have to have some acceptance that this is going to be work. So whatever, like you said, like the work we did in 2025 may not need to be done to the same degree in 26 or in this year or moving forward, but the work,
Mm-hmm.
it's still required. It
Yeah.
just kind of looks different now.
I mean, they're
um
building blocks, right? Like
yeah.
maybe you did some foundational work in 2025, and maybe
Mhm.
the structure is going up in 2026. But either
Mhm.
way, it's like that. What is that? It's an analogy
Mm.
where like you can't just keep like digging new holes. You know what I mean? Like you're not
Oh
going to get anywhere
yeah.
if every time you turn around you dig another hole,
Mhm.
but like you
Mhm.
will see the progress if you really like kind of just focusing on one
Yeah.
hole. Like I don't know. I said that like all wrong. Y'all know what I'm talking about though.
Right.
But yeah, it's like we have to build. We can't keep like, oh, okay, I set this resolution for 2025. It didn't happen. I got
Yeah.
new ones for 2026, and now all of the work I did is
Yeah.
non-existent. Like
Right.
that's not honoring ourselves at all, in my
Mhm.
opinion. It's almost like
Mhm.
unfair to us that like to me, and let me speak for myself, that I ever thought that was okay. Like I'm not
Yeah.
going to do that in 2026. No, why did I do that in
Yeah.
2025? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like,
What
why
purpose
was
did it
I doing that?
serve?
Right. And how can I move that forward or along
Mhm.
in 2026? Because again, the date on the challenge on the calendar didn't
It
didn't
didn't
change the
change
reason I was
anything.
doing that.
Right. 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 So it's like you got to give yourself permission to examine that um the thing that all of who you are, all the things that happen, all the things you had to grow from, right? Examine it.
Hmm.
Take what you need, like what I did there.
Yeah,
Come as you are and take what you need from your life.
Yeah.
But it feels important, right? To be more of who you want to be. I think you have to
Mm-hmm.
recognize who you were and why
Right.
you were and the purpose of
Right.
things, and then move forward from that place. Like, okay, so that past year, that was the foundation. What did I learn? What did I gain? What did I lose? Whatever. And now, how do I build into the next step? Right? So maybe starting from where you are means telling the truth about your capacity, your energy, your season. That 2026, I'll say this for me. I know it's supposed to be like the year of the horse and this momentum and everything, but I've been thinking about this, like, momentum in what? In what area? Because I'm not working harder. I can tell everybody that right
Mm-hmm.
now. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be a hustler. No. What does my momentum look like? Um, okay, it might look like I'm going to do a lot for me. Like, the momentum to do more for myself is there. And I probably did a lot of that already, as talked about on this podcast, but I just mean emotional. Like I said, having to leave a lot of anxiety in the past, looking at why I
Mm-hmm.
had it, and not realizing there were so many things happening last year that created such a storm that it caught me at the end of the year. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad it caught me and I was attending to it, because now my momentum looks like, how do I never reach that degree of anxiousness again? Anxiety is here. She's my friend. But well, I'm choosing to let her be a friend. Um, right, but how do I keep it at a level that is manageable versus being surprised by
Mm-hmm.
deep overwhelm? Like, what? All of this stuff stressed me out to the point I felt it, I knew it, but I was not putting the pieces together until they put themselves together and almost took me
Right.
out.
But what, so let me, it's kind of like a rhetorical question here, but like,
Mm.
what do we know about momentum? It builds. You know what I mean? So like,
Mm-hmm.
it's our,
Mm-hmm.
do we already like have the cheat codes? Because like we know what
Mm-hmm.
this is. Like momentum builds. And so like moving into the year with like less of I need a new life, I need to change everything,
Yes.
and more of like I need alignment in the life that I
Mm-hmm.
have. And a lot of that is going to come from the work we did in 2025.
Already.
It is
Yep.
not starting over. It,
Yep.
you know what I mean? It's let's just let this snowball effect
Yes.
continue on in a positive way.
Yeah.
Not, you know what I mean? Like we are
Mm-hmm.
not speaking about the negative, the things that are harmful or to your detriment, like none of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about. But there are
Mm-hmm.
so many aspects and so many facets of life, um, that whether they felt positive or negative in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
um, aided in our growth throughout the
Mm-hmm.
year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that deserves, I don't know, just a space
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
2026. So,
Absolutely. Right.
no.
And I like you said space, because it makes me think about, like, giving ourselves space to just adjust versus overhauling. And I'm not thinking about overhauling and being brand new. That's too much. I already quit. I give up
Yeah.
already. But like
Because there's a
making
lot to try to erase, right? Like,
yeah.
are you kidding me? I've got like some plans in place, and if we just wipe it all out,
Yeah.
like,
Now I got to start all
what
the way over.
capacity do I have to start
None. But I can adjust. I can tweak this little thing here and support what's already working instead of adding more to my
on?
plate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, yes, I very much say this in therapy with clients. Like, we're not adding more to the plate. Like, people are like, oh, there's so much shame about who we are,
Mm-hmm.
um, for whatever reason. And I always say, we're not here to change who you are. We're here to take what's present and create superpowers with it, so to speak. Like, again, I'll take the example of anxiety. I know work with a lot of women that are anxious and
Mm-hmm.
anxious thinkers, get into negative self-talk thought loops. It's like, I know
Yeah.
I shouldn't
Yeah.
say that, I shouldn't be thinking that, and it's like, you know what, it doesn't matter. let's
It's who you are.
it's a
So,
part of who you are, and the more you say you shouldn't or try to replace or become something so overhauled and new, you keep starting over. So that means the patterns keep starting over because we haven't actually chipped enough away at it. It's just regrowing in the same way.
mhm,
So let's just make tiny adjustments until this thing is new. Like it's new
yeah.
by default because we've turned it
Hmm.
over just enough for long enough that it's a totally new color, texture, vibe, whatever. We don't have to jolt the frequency up. We can slowly turn it up so that there's momentum, there's consistency, there's
Hmm.
dedication to self.
Yeah. 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 And
Yeah.
I mean, it really gives you a chance to kind of appreciate those things too. And also like
Mm.
pick out what does and does not work, right?
Mhm.
When we're trying to do it all at once, it could it could succeed or it could flop.
Right.
It could be somewhere in the middle and you don't know what's working or what's not. There's so many new and moving parts where it's like when
Mhm.
you're making those minor tweaks, like, okay, I tried this and it worked.
Right.
Now let's add something. That's how you build healthy habits. Did you
Mhm.
read Atomic Habits?
I did a while ago. Well, I didn't
Okay.
finish it, but I read a good bit of it.
Yeah. But like that's how we build healthy habits. And
Mhm.
that when it works for you, it's easier to just let it flow naturally.
Yeah.
Um, versus trying to change who you are. Like, no, it's not. We are who we are. We're
Yes.
we came with this. I am a firm believer that like kids are born with their personality. This is
Mm.
who they are and what they will be. Now, nature, nurture, all that we can influence them some. Um,
Yeah.
but at their core, they
Mm.
have a set of just things. I don't even know
Yeah.
what to call them. Traits, what
Traits,
have you,
yeah.
that are them. And I feel like we have that. And it's like it's not about being that. How do we tweak everything enough to still be true to ourselves
Mhm.
and what's natural to us while also being who we want to be, being the friend we want to
Yeah.
be, being the spouse, the partner, the parent, the anything that we want to
Mhm.
be in life
Mhm.
and being proud of ourselves. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's
Yes.
yeah, I feel like I don't know, letting go seems so final. And
Mhm.
it's when we look at it in this way of kind of like the building the momentum, like the holding on, the adjusting, the
Yeah.
all of that, like it's so much less dramatic.
Yes. Yeah, right.
So much less
Let go.
dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, this is what it is. And
Mhm.
I'm okay with that, and I
Mhm.
embrace it and I accept it and I welcome it. Um,
Mhm.
versus again, I think a lot of the resolutions we set at the top of each new year, or that historically
Mhm.
we have set, because I haven't set resolutions this
You're
year and I don't plan on it.
right.
But like historically that we have set are it's what we think others want to see in us. It's
Mm.
what we think would make us, a step above or a notch above, who we are now. And like
Mhm.
it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
is that true to
You're
you? You know what I
right.
mean? Because like I don't want to
Yeah.
deviate too far from Danielle. I love Danielle,
Yeah.
and I want everybody else to also love Danielle.
Yeah.
But like me trying to be, you know, like her is not
Mhm.
it's not realistic.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah. There's a way to appreciate that. I don't think I said this to someone like you probably your best self right now. Like in this moment because you made a choice to come to therapy or like you're overthinking something because you care that deeply about the thing and it being right or whatever. It's like, oh, well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you're a version of the best part of you right now. Like, what if we thought about ourselves in that way? That
Yeah.
however I'm showing up is the best I have right now. And I can be better. Best that the best doesn't have to mean that there's no room for error or growth or whatever. It just
Right.
is, right? Like you just are who you are right now, and giving the unique set of circumstances in this moment, in this time right now, maybe
Mm-hmm.
this is the best in the moment,
Yeah.
and then the next moment could be better, and you could apply things that to make it feel better. You can still exercise and eat healthy and change your lifestyle. You can always make that adjustment. But
Mm-hmm.
if we consider ourselves the best of whatever we are right now, and what adjustments can I make to keep this momentum going? And maybe it's rest, because that could be rest as well. That could be
Yeah. Yeah.
not doing too much, right? Or like I said, consistency, looking at how consistent have I been in this thing or with myself. It's just a different way of saying we're not going to give up on ourselves, or
Yeah.
the choice to be like, I'm gonna put this down, but that doesn't mean I've quit on myself. But there are some
Right.
things that I'm doing, that I'm involved in, that I see, that I feel, that I gotta let go. I gotta rest. I gotta ease into. I gotta allow some adjustment. Well, you don't have to, but you want to allow yourself
But what
the
would a world look like
invitation.
where you did, right?
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
what would your life look like? And I think that's kind of where this is all
Mhm.
leading, but like
Mhm.
it starting from here
Mhm.
shows compassion, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
and
That
how
self-compassion.
nice is it to, yes, the self-compassion,
Mhm.
to like to give that to yourself. And I feel like it just honors who we are, where we've come from,
Yes.
and where we're going, right? Instead of fighting it, it's like it honors the past, present, and future.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
that goes a long way because, like,
Yes.
this thing called life is
Going.
ongoing. It is not,
It don't stop.
tomorrow's going to come,
Yeah.
regardless of what happens today. It'll be here
Yeah.
like clockwork.
Yes. Absolutely. And I think that uh taking time to consider this and to consider ourselves in this way, and offering that
Hmm.
self-compassion is something that, for those of us that have kids or children around us, I mean, we kind of have to model that. We want to, they're watching us. They
Yeah.
move through our lenses, right? Like, they're kind of,
Hmm.
like you said, they're impacted. Nature versus nurture, it's all impactful. And so, when we're looking at our actions and we're talking about ourselves, and your kid is looking at you, be like, "Ah, I just didn't do it," right? Like, I'm gonna do this, and then you falling off. I mean, like, they see that. How
Oh
encouraging
yeah.
is that, versus, oh yeah, I'm resting right now. I'm chilling. There's no, hey, we're not making sounds right now. Oh, I have a really good example of this.
Okay.
Robert Robert um kind of was like getting sick, not quite sure, or we didn't know if it was like a flare up or something. So I let him stay home. But I was like, okay, I'm just chilling on my computer. I don't know what he was doing, but I was like, we have to turn some of these devices off. I was
Hmm.
trying to finish up some work stuff. So I'm like, well, I gotta be on my computer. But then again, ugh, do I have to? Yeah. But I like turn the TV off, and then we doing just being quiet. And I was like, Robert, how do you feel? He's like, I feel okay. Like he liked to give a thumbs up and adjust it. But I thought that was a good moment. I made the choice to do some work stuff, and it felt okay. It
Hmm.
wasn't a heavy lift. It was like notes or something. Um, but I think it was required of me to kind of show him, like, let's rest. Like, I need to rest. I can't be inundated with sound and all this stuff. And really, like, I was actually feeling a little bit overwhelmed and not really wanting to do my work stuff, but I was like, I have to sit down and do it. So for me to be able to say, okay, you're home, I'm gonna give you some attention, like all the things that a mom has to do, right? I have to attend to the child, I have to do the work, I have to do this, that, and the third. And I was like, well, how can I do this in a way that I feel good about what I'm doing? Like, my body actually feels okay. And I was like, let's
Hmm.
let's turn some devices off. We don't need all this sound and all this noise. Whatever you're doing on your little thing, that's cool. He was playing. That's what it was. He was playing with his Spider-Man. And it was so nice to hear nothing but his little imagination at work.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
clacking them toys together. They were fighting. I was like, oh, this is intense over here. But imagine if I would have been checked out, the TV's on or the tablet's on, and it would have just been too much. The moment was really nice, and it gave me momentum in the day because
Hmm.
I carried that with me. Like, I love his little boy imagination, the way boys play. Oh my God. Because girls get quiet and they're all in their head, and it's quiet, cute play. Some girls, I should say. Sydney, Slim, my girl, my girl Sid ain't gonna make a whole lot of noise. But Robert, I was like, he in a movie right now. And I loved
Hmm.
that experience. And it in that moment of rest was active, but it was still a moment. And he recognized that he could take it. We could turn off devices and it's not a punishment. It's not a bad thing. You could just be present.
Yep.
So, that's my little Robert nugget for the day. But they're
But I
watching,
love it
right?
because they're always watching. And
Mhm.
what we may not notice in the moment is like, and I'm so guilty of this, where it's just like, okay, well, I can't. Well, I don't have the capacity. And and I'm like
Yes.
giving this to my
Yes.
kids,
Yes.
and I project that like somehow there's something that they need to do to make this better,
Mm.
when at the end of the day it could be as simple as what you just said, right? Like, I
Mhm.
know what I have the capacity for right now, and it is not 4 different devices. I don't want to be
Mhm.
on my computer, but I have to be.
Mhm.
However, like, we're gonna make this situation that we're in right now work for us. And
Yeah.
he didn't feel it was a punishment, right? Like, there was
Mhm.
no Chase is at a stage right now where he's very conscious
Mm.
of uh what's being said to him.
Mm.
And instead of really like hearing the sentiment, he just has the words, and all he hears
Mhm.
is, I did it wrong, I didn't do it right, I should have done it better. I should, and you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
and so like I constantly find myself going back to say like, hey, that's not what I was saying. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking about like, you wrote a page, like a writing response, and I circled 4 spelling errors and said, hey, go back and
Yeah.
fix these. And he's like, I'm so stupid and I couldn't. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like,
Oh.
it's not what's happening here. They're spelling
Yeah.
errors. Just
Yeah.
go fix the spelling. Like, the writing is great. I'm so proud of you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But like, it's
Yeah.
little things like that. And so just making sure that
Mhm.
he captures it, because it's like, no, no, no. This isn't a punishment. Like, you asked me to review your homework. I am. And here's a couple things you can fix. Something so
Mhm.
simple as spelling. Like, you would have thought I told him start over.
Yeah.
Um, but oh yes, but I'm saying all that to say, like, I don't want him to feel that, but at the same time, when we're doing that to
Mm.
ourselves,
Mhm.
all the kids are getting is like, like, oh, I should have done this and I should have done that, and how could I
Yes.
forgot? You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're hearing from us that like we're not good enough in this
Mhm.
moment.
Mhm.
And like, what is that doing to them?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just like, it's we are enough. Like, we
Mhm.
are enough to be your parent, and we are enough to lead you and to,
Yeah.
protect you. So it's just like, we can't continually, I don't know, kind of slap ourselves in the face
Mhm.
in that way with
Yeah.
the examples that we're giving, or that we're, setting for our children, excuse me, not
Mhm.
giving, but,
Yeah.
all that to say.
Right. But you're right, right? That the idea that we need to do something of fix ourselves. There's this like constant correction, right? And they're likely picking up on that. Also, we have to correct them because we're also raising them. And
Right.
so it's just like the nature of our relationship right now is love and correction all the time. um but how much of that, if we can really, like, this is like a real question I want the audience to kind of sit with, is how much of that can we bring back to ourselves? How can we invite that question to self, like, oh, I'm constantly giving myself correction, whether it's through shame or blame or negative self-talk, but and criticism, but is it with am I doing it with love or what? And if we can
Mhm.
do that and we can make a change, like I think that's why like having kids or being around children is so awesome in ways that you learn, oh, I need to do that for me too. Ooh,
Mhm.
the only way
Mhm.
I can really make this stick is if I do it, if I try it.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
a glance in like the tiniest mirror.
Yes.
That is the part that I
Yeah.
love because it's like I can look in the mirror and see myself, but then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. And the fact that
Yeah.
they're always listening.
Yeah.
They children never listen harder, better, more consistently
Yeah.
than when it's a conversation they shouldn't be listening to.
Absolutely.
They
Because why do
so when
you
you're
curse like
venting,
I curse? Why are we doing that? Hi, hi. You heard
why
me,
Ari,
Robert?
damn, there's a lot of
You're
laundry.
right.
Damn. That's the only thing you heard. Damn, damn.
Girl,
Ari, don't say that. Damn. I'm like, it's not a question.
I spilled some in the refrigerator. He was like, "Oh shit!" It's like I was like, "Robert, why are you saying that?" He was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Hey, man, hey, hey, that's no, it's okay. Like, and it's okay. It's not an oh shit. It's actually fine. It's just a little something. I'm gonna wipe it up. That's a perfect moment. Like, ay,
Mm-hmm.
ay, ay. Okay."
Yep.
He's
Yep. This,
like,
this is
ah, and it ain't even that big a deal. I'm like, I don't think it's a big deal. He's like, what happened, mommy?
but if he would have done it,
It,
that would have been the reaction that
mm-hmm,
came.
mm-hmm.
And maybe not in your home, but in my
No, ain't
home. Like
mine.
if I spill, yeah, like it's just like, yeah, when the kids do something, when I'm in the middle of something else,
Oh,
I'd be like, shit,
yeah,
like what are you doing? You know what I mean? But
right.
if I do it, I just get to
Yeah.
cleaning it up. So the minute they have the reaction, I'm like,
Why are you doing
was mine too
that?
big all this time? You
Yeah.
know, like,
Oops.
hmm,
It was me all along.
right.
Oh,
This is
man.
me in little person form.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
because if Ari tells me one more time, I'll like drop something and she'll be like, "Oh my gosh." And I'm like, "What? Oh my goodness, mommy.
Right.
You dropped it on the floor. Why?" Do
Like,
we ask you this
oops.
many
You're
questions? Because who
right.
are you talking to?
Right.
Who like go play with your toys?
Why are you over here? I'm trying not
Right.
to
And then
be frazzled, and here you are, bringing in your logic.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, all of it, all of it. And then it's like, who are you talking to? I'm talking to you, mommy. Ari talking to you. And it's like now you just want to answer every single question.
Mm-hmm.
But when I ask you, do you have to go potty? You be like,
You're right. No.
Paw Patrol. Huh? You know, like now you can't hold a conversation. You start incoherently babbling, but like you can come to me. Anyway, okay, sorry.
Hilarious. But yes, right.
Sidebar, sidebar, sidebar.
When we model reflection instead of that judgment and shame and all of that, and that continuation uh, of an erasure that like we can't, I can't, or I shouldn't, or like I gotta be new, I gotta be different. If we show up differently and just model something new, like the adjustment, okay, it's all right, starting where we are, like, oh,
Yep,
it was a spill, it's all right, it's not that big
yep.
a deal, man. I think that creates a little more emotional safety. But again, the question posed is really to invite some emotional safety within ourselves, to feel what that feels like, to be your own safe space. And sometimes these resolutions and gotta be new, gotta be different, is not helping us create safety in our bodies with ourselves.
Right. And it, so true. Like it's that is it.
Mm,
And what it does, like I feel like it teaches them that like making mistakes is, like, I don't know, just like a bad thing
mm-hmm.
versus like you
Mm-hmm.
can make a mistake and not abandon yourself. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, yeah, maybe we didn't
Yes.
see all the girls we wanted to see in 2025. Fine. But that
Yes.
doesn't mean we just leave what it was.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's we can
Right.
proceed and we can teach and show them that like it's okay to move forward with
Mm-hmm.
curiosity and care and
Mm-hmm.
and you know um just I don't know, just all of that you were saying that makes like a safe
Mm-hmm.
space.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a part of it, right? Of creating, and the kid segment of this is important because this is where we're getting the practice. So sometimes it might be easier to make those changes with our children, but we do have to pour it back into ourselves, right? Like if we're having corrective attachment experiences with our children, hopefully it's like a chicken and egg thing. Like, okay, that reminded me to have a corrective attachment experience with myself. And then when I do
Hmm.
that enough, or every time I do that, I'm prompted to then do it with them too, or our spouse, right? Or friends and family.
Yep.
Just in an effort to stay grounded, right?
Yeah.
Within this momentum, right? Like momentum isn't like we're just taking off and we have no control. No, what we're
Oh
talking
no.
about is adjusting and pivoting in slight, gentle, grounded movements so that we stay the course. And it's as
Yeah.
smooth as it can be with all the necessary bumps and roadblocks and things in the road.
Yeah. Yeah. And it can, we're showing them that growth can be,
Mm-hmm.
a consistent, steady,
Mm-hmm.
kind,
Mm-hmm.
forgiving.
Yes.
It can be
Yes.
all of those things.
Yes.
Um,
Absolutely. Oh, so we did a lot here. There's a lot of meat in the conversation. You gotta might have some fat to chew on there too, right? So just kind of wanting to like kind of reflect on, what we might be continuing on, into, or some things, maybe some affirmations or questions we can get into,
yeah.
right? If you didn't start the year with clarity or resolution, where you don't have this steely resolve, you're not behind. You're actually right on time. Yeah.
You are. And I think like even like building on that, right? Like
Mm.
maybe the question isn't like, what am I starting, right?
Mhm.
But instead, like, what am I continuing? What am I building
Mhm.
on?
Mhm.
Versus, starting. You've been going. You're not, you know what
Mhm.
I mean? You didn't just change the batteries and power up. Like this, it's
Right.
ongoing.
Yeah.
You are still you.
Yeah. You're still here,
So,
right? And like
mhm,
what habits already support you. So also, for the people who do need that to look at themselves and to have some type of goal or resolution or whatever, you can have that. We're just saying frame it within who you already are, habits and patterns that work,
yeah.
that support you in your forward motion. What do you have in your toolbox already for you?
Hmm. Yep, yep. And I feel like that is kind of the perfect,
Mhm.
segue to the next question. But like,
Mhm.
what lessons from last year
Mm.
still matter, right? Like,
Mm.
it's again, they're just because
Mhm.
they worked then don't mean they won't work now.
Mhm.
Like, what is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What did you learn? What lesson can you take with you that
Mm.
that still matters? It's still working. It still
Yeah.
supports you. It's still,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yes. I
The
love
questions are
that.
building so much momentum.
Yes. Right? It's sparking so much in my mind. And I just love that. What still matters versus, and that's such gentle language that I greatly prefer over I'm still learning a hard lesson. God
Mhm.
can keep putting some okay.
Right. Under construction, like, okay,
Yeah. It's
take
like,
your hard hat off. Like,
woo, it's too heavy. That's too much. But lessons are present nonetheless, right? So, what of it still matters that like bringing you closer to yourself. I like that language, right? And I guess to piggyback off of like what pace actually feels sustainable, because maybe that's it. Maybe we presenting our own life lessons and doing it to ourselves. Maybe it is God, maybe it is whatever is going to, like you said, we're born with certain that, as you said, we're born with traits. I also think we're born with certain patterns that it may be our
mhm,
responsibility to break the chain of that, but it doesn't have to be slave labor. We could be a chain breaker of old patterns, generational patterns or whatever, but it doesn't have to be this hard thing that you don't get to set the pace. That's the thing. God
mhm,
gave us free will. We have free will. Yes, this might be a lesson that you have to learn, and you get to set the pace and make it sustainable. So, what pace actually feels sustainable for you while that piece of that lesson that still matters is flowing?
mhm, mhm. And I love, not to get off track, but I love that you just said that because it just reminded me again
Hmm.
how like resolutions of the past, could never serve me where I am now. You know what I mean? Like when you
Mm.
think about resolutions and how hard like people hit the ground running and how like gym memberships spike
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
diet spike, like all this stuff spikes and
Yeah.
it's like we go so fast, so hard, so strong that
Mm-hmm.
we're burnt out,
Mm-hmm.
by
By
the time
February.
we right by February. And now it's like
Yeah.
all the momentum we had is just like,
It's gone.
well, I didn't get it in the first 4 weeks. I'll try again next year.
Yeah.
Like, no, no, no. We can set the pace
Yes.
and still see the growth that we want. So, okay, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I think, to bring all that together,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We're not here saying it's not. It's a
Yeah.
lot. But also we don't have to have a dramatic plan, right?
Yes. Yes.
The only thing required in all of this is honesty. And if we
Yes.
can be honest with ourselves and what we need and what we have and where we're going and what works for us and what doesn't and how we can, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
whatever that is, as long as we can be honest, I think we're in
Yeah.
a good place.
Yes. Yes. There's a song that I like to listen to. It's on my like woo woo playlist. But it's like the way knows the way. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's it. You don't have to worry about the way. The way knows the way. We just
Yeah.
going. We put so much pressure on ourselves and that, hopefully that's something that we can all take away from this episode, is that we're just going forward.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think that it's safe to say
Mm-hmm.
we've confirmed more or less,
Yeah.
right? Because we're experts in this.
Yeah.
But like, you don't need a clean slate.
No.
Let that go.
Let that
Let it
go.
go. Let it
Mm-mm.
go.
Mm-mm. The words are clear.
It's
You're
not,
just right. Just get
yeah.
on the slate. Get on it.
Yeah, no. It doesn't have to be clear to move forward. It's
No.
you have a slate. That's what you need.
That's
The
it. That's
slate
it.
and your honesty.
Right. We got the tools. Cool. Yes,
Yeah.
you are the medium. Done the slate, it's present, but it matters least of all that it's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Woo. That was good. That was a
It
good
always
one.
is.
It is. It really is. It's not a new thing. We bringing that in. I know that thing is coming with us.
We taking that with us
We
from
taking that.
2025.
It's always good.
I Yeah, yeah. I appreciate the healing that comes, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like in the
Mhm.
recording of these and just
Yes.
like the ability to like step back and have the conversation and be a part of it and like
Yeah.
to have my wheels start spinning up here.
Uh-huh.
'Cause now like I just have takeaways, right? You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yes.
like, hey, okay, I can do X, Y, and Z now. Like
Yeah.
I got it. How did I not, And so like
Yeah.
I love that like I can still come here and learn. I'm
Yeah.
not I'm no expert, obviously. Y'all know that. I am human, like the rest of
You're
y'all.
right.
But I think something that if you're open, we always
Mm.
try to give you something, but to implement maybe this week,
Mhm.
or whatever week you're listening to this,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
But choose one thing that you're already doing, and here go your favorite word, Jaleesa,
Mhm.
gently
Mhm.
support it.
Yes.
Gently.
Gently.
It's
Gently.
easy.
Mhm.
Gently support it. And when you catch yourself thinking, like, I should start over, just try
Mhm.
to reframe it with, I can build from here,
That's good. Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And it's not like, I don't know, when you think about building, it's not, we do a lot of DIY stuff around the house, right?
Mhm.
And Trey's always like, it's just wood.
Yeah.
It's just a wood frame. It's just a bunch of wood thrown together, right? Like
Yeah.
starting over doesn't mean wiping everything clean. Like it might just be one, two building blocks you have on there that are like, you know
Mhm.
what? Maybe these would better be positioned over here, right? You know what I
Yes.
mean? So like, how can we build on it? Maybe it's some rearranging, the alignment, the
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but and then lastly, just name one part of yourself that you're grateful,
Mm.
yeah, to bring into this year. So
Mm. I like that.
yeah.
Let's just cap it there before we do our outro, whatever y'all know what we gonna do. Uh but like that's such a strong point. I wanna
Hmm.
like linger in it and maybe we can answer it for ourselves and our listeners and then just gently ease out of the episode that way. So name one part of yourself you're grateful to bring into this year. Okay, I'm trying to think, trying to muster up something. But I the part of me that I'm grateful for is actually the parts that uh the part of me that's willing to be honest about the critic in me, the
Mhm.
the shame that I keep trying to hold on to, and it's like, girl, why are you doing that? That there's a part of me that is like, but that's just who you are, right? Like, I'm really grateful that I have some type of connection with myself, that I'm able to see me in a way now that started last year. And so
Mhm.
I can transmute shame into something else because I've gotten comfortable with a lot of things about me. And so that awareness that, oh wait, but wait, why are you judging that? You just said you was comfortable with that. Like, it's okay. Like, I could be
Mhm.
a little weird, I could be a little anxious, I could be a little, oh right, I did say I was good with that. I haven't switched up, I've been the same. This is pretty much me, and I like that about me. So I guess that is just that radical acceptance of self, that I'm still building into, that I still have to be reminded of when I'm going down rabbit holes in my brain. But that's what I'm grateful for, is an awareness without punishment. It is very
Mhm.
gentle when I prick myself a little bit, but to get to the gentle place in me, I'm grateful that I'm bringing that into the new year.
Yeah, I love that. I sorry, allow me a moment to sit with that because that's huge,
Mm,
right? Like
mm,
it's I love that for you.
thank you.
I do. Um, yeah, I, I think if I had to answer that question, um, and I guess the reason I'm maybe struggling a bit is because this isn't all a 2025 thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I am grateful for the healed version of myself that I'm
Mm-hmm.
bringing into 2026. And as I like felt the desire to share that, it made me realize that like, no, the healing really started in 2024.
Mm.
2025 just allowed me time to really expand on it, to build on
Yeah.
it, to apply it to other areas of my life as well.
Mm.
And I know you and I have talked, and we shared a little bit. I guess I shared a little bit on the last
Yeah.
episode. But 2026, I mean, it's merciless. Is that a word?
Uh-huh.
Merciless?
Yeah, merciless.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and merciless. Like it is, and I'm okay. Like I
Mm.
know that like the healed version of Danielle can handle whatever's coming her way,
Mm.
and that helps a lot because there there has always been an anxiousness
Mm-hmm.
about me that
Mm.
can sometimes lead me in the wrong direction. And the
Mm.
spiral is so quick um, that I oftentimes lost myself in it. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yes.
And so I am just grateful for the healed version of Danielle
Yeah.
that grew in 2025 and that is now coming into 2026 with me because
Yeah.
she will do great things, and that
Yes.
I know. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yep.
Grateful for awareness and healing, and seeing ourselves for the women that we are in the moment
Hmm.
right now. A collection of momentum of 30, almost 37 years of momentum.
We don't have to say it out loud. It's not real until you say
Right.
it.
Right. I mean, I'm really 17 in my mind. So I feel disconnected from the age until I stand up from this seat and my knee crack.
And you need.
Uh, it's going to get the snap, crackle, and pop. Um, but yes, right. We have collected so much momentum over our lifetime that we can
Yeah,
just keep going.
yeah,
Yeah. All
yeah.
right.
What a
Well,
blessing.
it is. It is. All right, y'all. We hope you came as you were, took something that you needed, and go on and still be who you were with a little bit of something in your pocket. Do all the social media things, like, share, subscribe, We on TikTok, y'all, and we got it figured out.
We
Danielle
are.
figured it out,
And
and I
in
love it.
2026, we're building. So
Mm,
come help us because this is a
hello.
collective.
Yes, we need you and your tools. We need you all.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. So,
Yeah.
dang,
Okay.
until next time, I
Until
mean,
next
we'll be
time.
around. Y'all can catch us on social media. You can comment. I know she said like, oh, comment. The comment was in there. Got
Yeah.
it. She covered all of that. We're
Oh,
good.
did I? Because I already forgot. I said it. Well, so there's that. I didn't bring that much memory cells to it, but there's time. I have time to figure out how to grow some more cells in my
I don't
brain.
know if we can.
Oh, I'm just gonna live in the delusion that it's possible. I'm gonna go do my
Okay, it
mahjong
might
and
be. I
word
just don't
search.
know that
I'm
part.
I'm gonna have 4 brain cells instead of 3. All right, y'all. It's gonna be about that time. We're gonna get
Hmm.
on up out of here. We'll see y'all next time. We appreciate the love and support, of course, of everyone, of one another, the space that this provides. So, catch up with us, and we'll be see y'all soon.
Stop by.
Bye.